So I think at this stage, we all know who Jack Murphy is. If you don't, you can watch my other 2 videos about him. The man, the meme, the legend. A man so addicted to cuckoldry, he couldn't just let Matt from Tinder drill his wife while he sat alone writing articles for his scam website. He had to get the entire online world to cuck him out of his persona, his income, and become that cuck guy for the rest of his life by melting down so hilariously in a speedrun of life destruction that was truly astonishing. Anyway, so recently, and this is all allegedly, people over on Kiwi Farms did a bit of digging on Captain Cookery's background, and it seems that he may have scammed the Washington DC school system. It's pretty boring and not that funny, but if true, he scammed around $1 million out of the schools, which is a significant amount of money. Now obviously Jack has learned his lesson, right? Opening his mouth over and over again, telling people he was uncancelable, and comparing everyone laughing at him to school shooters and Antifa, constantly doubling down, got him memed into hemorrhaging YouTube subs, liminal order pay pigs. Allegedly, I don't know that to be sure, but several people online have claimed that to be the case. His regular spot where he talks about 15-year-old girls being apex level for having sex with on Tim Pool's show has been cancelled. He did say that, by the way. I'm not showing it on my channel. I've only just got monetized. What do you think I am? Some kind of Jack Murphy type. But after learning, opening his mouth has caused all this, and it was his inability to take the L, not shouting at the chick on the podcast, the first incident. He must have learned from the experience and just shut the fuck up and let it blow over. And if the scamming schools thing is nonsense, don't mention it, right? That's what an adaptable apex level Chad would do, right? Well, Jack Murphy is none of those things, and it's fact an apex level cuck with shit for brains. And in his weird liminal order cult messaging service, Wicker, which has CIA funding, might I add, he said this word salad. I can't do a Jack Murphy voice, I'm sorry about that. Imagine my voice is turned into a gay man's voice. It has come to my attention that we're now in the dig through Jack's back professional history phase of internet mobbing. The latest discussion point for them is about my time working for various charter schools in DC. The claim I've seen is that I somehow stole money from DC schools. Completely false. I was paid approximately $1.1 million in salary from 2010 to 2016 or so. All my salary was board approved and public record. At one point I was employed by 2 different charter schools. Both positions were board approved and both boards were explicitly aware of my other employment. The 2 board chairs communicate and coordinated on the matter. There have never been any accusations or complaints about me and any impropriety about funds. This is pure slander from the quartering on others. Perhaps they don't understand what a typical executive director or CFO's salary is, but these figures are in line with market for Washington DC. Well, okay, that's fine and dandy to say, Jack, but there have been both accusations of impropriety about you. A woman named Barbara Smith wrote about you scamming the school system called A Charter School Principal's Story, where she outlines how you scammed the school system by lying about how much trouble the system was in so they gave you more money. So that's the first lie. But then we realised Jack truly is a moron, because denying he did anything wrong is one thing, but he catches himself in a lie by himself as well. So in the post, he basically has to brag about how much money he earned so he could deny the accusations, correct? Which totally contradicts his previous non-apology post a few weeks ago, where he justifies shoving dildos in his rectum on camera on ChattyBait because he had no money. Do you see what I mean about sometimes it's best to shut the fuck up, right? So you go from earning $200k a year, in your own word, to having to be a gay cam whore for a couple of bucks because you are so poor. So if you're telling the truth, and that's a big if, but not as big as a dildo as he rams up his ass, but still big, you're just terrible with money and a moron, and spent all your money on bigger and bigger sex toys, right? That's the only logical conclusion if you run out of all that money, which is fine. I don't care if you're bad with money, but you also run a scam allegedly teaching men to be men how to earn millions of dollars and get your life together. Being bad with money doesn't go together with that at all. Again, Jack, I know you're watching, and don't bother striking me or just get me more subs. Do you see why I said shutting the fuck up and not addressing it was the best thing to do in my first video? Because it is. But okay, that's him being caught in a lie. He's dumb, but everyone does that, right? Does that make him the dumbest cuck in the world? Maybe not. This does though. After all these shenanigans, people keep leaking these pesky posts from his super secret forum, an app where Jack declares war on the quartering and generally spags out like a weird little alpha chad woman. So instead of stopping being a weirdo, he implements this, a screenshot blocker. Oh wow! How did these Uber hackers get around this to leak the totally foolproof and 100% effective method of stopping people taking photos of something? How is this possible? This is like a lesson in how to be as stupid as fucking possible. Is he this dumb? He couldn't have possibly foreseen someone having a second phone taking a picture and posting it so everyone can laugh at him for being an incredibly dumb cook. Did this not even occur to him? It clearly didn't. And in the message, he's saying to someone who said, no screenshots. Yeah, that's a #1 rule. What are you doing in there, Jack? Begging people to sleep with your wife? Live gay cam shows? John Goldman, the gift that positively refuses to stop giving. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe to see more content like this. Thanks, boy.